Ryan Smith for the Trojans Sports Network, another edition of our UMO Coaches Show with head men and women's track and field and cross country coach Matt van Lierop. And Coach, it's been a little while since the last time we talked. Obviously, it was in the middle of cross country season, and now we're at the beginning of the indoor-outdoor track and field season. We'll touch a little bit on the way the cross country season ended. Pretty good for you guys. 2 All-Americans, the first time you guys have had an All-American in program history. What did that mean for you as a coach to finally have those accolades for the program?
Well, we've already had All-Americans in indoor and outdoor. We have 9 total there, and we just for some reason we're just missing that cross country All-American and getting it in both genders. That was really nice. It was really good.
Now, obviously, nationals is a different kind of atmosphere. Talked to some of the athletes afterwards and just said of how tough that race actually is. What did you think of the course this year?
Oh, the course this year was more challenging than it has been in the past. We've had courses where it was almost flat. This one, not only were there hills, there's a particular hill that the women had to run twice and the men 3 times, and it was definitely a tough hill. But also a different temperature also affected the race a little bit. But everybody was dealing with the same temperatures. It wasn't like we had hotter and hillier courses than anybody else. But it is a race where you run the whole season, where you end up being one of the better runners or one of the better teams, and then you go to this race where everybody's good. Everybody deserves to be there, and it's just the gun goes off and it's like everybody's sprinting the entire way.
How do you prepare the team for nationals? Because obviously throughout the season, we've talked about this. You have different ways of preparing for each race leading up to postseason competition, and then you get there. How do you guys train a little bit different to prepare for a race of that magnitude?
It's tough. There's really not much that can prepare you for it except for competing in it the year before. So the returners, they know what's going to happen. You do your best to try to tailor the workouts and the races you attend, throughout the season to make sure you're doing everything you can. But no matter what you do, no matter how well you prepare, even people that have been there 3 years in a row and then they get there their senior year, sometimes you just don't know if that day is going to be the day that it just doesn't go right for you.
Well, obviously you guys got a good result out of that race and then had a little bit of time off before started the indoor season. You guys competed this past weekend in Christopher Newport. What did you see out of the team this weekend? Obviously a couple of school records and some NCAA provisional qualifiers. Obviously a good way to start the season. What have you seen out of the team so far?
Well, what was great is we ended up, not only having great performances in the sprints and the throws and the jumps. Like you said, we had school records, some national leading marks. We brought a couple, cross-country people as well, just to, try to capitalize on the, cross-country fitness level they had. And we had some good things go there. Leah Hanley, she's number 4 in the nation right now with a provisional mark in the 3K. John Dalkey, he's number 1 provisional mark in the mile. Paul, he didn't get a provisional mark, but he's 5th, in the 3K. But in the throws, we had Nick Grano, school record, top 15 in the nation, for the shot put. Khadijah Kale, she's leading the conference right now, in the shot put. She did very well. On hurdles, we have number 1 girl in the conference right now, Malak Coffey. She's doing really well. All around, it was really good.
Something that's kind of interesting, at least with the way that your particular season goes, is that indoor starts before the Christmas break, before finals, and then continues in. How do you get the kids to stay focused at such an important time in their collegiate academic lives? You have finals and Christmas break. Some of them are going home. Some of them, obviously international, could be taking long flights home to go back. How do you deal with that as a coach and as a team to kind of switch gears a couple of times in a couple of months?
We don't always, go to a meet in December. We've done it since I've been here probably 3 times. And it's nice to see, all the hard work that, the people who don't do cross country all the hard work they've put in already. It's nice to see, you know, where they are, you know, kind of like a little benchmark there, like this is where I am right now. And then, you know, hopefully they're doing what they're supposed to do over winter break, and they come back and they do at least as well or better. Sometimes that doesn't happen. But yeah, it's just a very nice way to see where we are in our training.
And you guys have, obviously, with track and field, there's an indoor and outdoor season, which most people know. Does it make it more difficult? Obviously, it's great now that the program has a facility to train on with the brand new track field complex. Does it still hurt you guys a little bit with indoor season? Because obviously it's still the same track, it's still the same events, but you're indoors compared to outside. And granted, sometimes indoors can be a little bit more humid. If you don't have circulation, it can sometimes be worse. But is there any difference in training for you guys to switch from indoor to outdoor?
Not really. We're more of a kind of an outdoor program. We do not have the weather that those northern states have, so we can train outdoor all the time. So we consider indoor like we're just running through indoor to get to the outdoor season, and there just happens to be an indoor conference championship speed bump in the way that we need to deal with, and that's how I've always had it. In the beginning, when I was first here, we did not have indoor conference championships. We just we had a team and we went to indoor races, but there was not a championship at the time. And so that's how we treated it. And when the championship got added, that's how we still treat it. We're looking for outdoor. That's our big, when we want to peak and do our best, but we'll do everything we can indoors as well to be the best.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate your time, and we'll catch up with you after the first of the year.
Thank you.
This has been another edition of the UMO Coaches Show.